Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the roadmap to learn DevOps and Cloud in 2024. DevOps and Cloud is the high paid jobs in the market now. If you are starting as a newly as a DevOps and Cloud engineer, let's understand how to start learning DevOps and Cloud step by step to become the expert. You should plan 90 to 80 days to learn DevOps and Cloud. So, for learning and practicing the DevOps and Cloud, you have to plan 90 to 180 days for become expert in DevOps and Cloud. First 90 days for learning. Second 90 days for practice with extensive level. Okay, so you should practice it daily, then only you can get the familiar with the technology. If you are not practice daily, so DevOps and Cloud is not that easy. You have to practice day by day, then only you will get the familiar and you will get the expertise in that technology. So let's understand how to start learning DevOps and Cloud. Steps to learn DevOps and Cloud. So most of the peoples are come with the IT background or non-IT background in the DevOps. So most of the peoples are confused how to start the learning DevOps. First of all, if you are the non-IT background, you have to invest more time to learn and practice DevOps and Cloud because you will not easily understand. If the student is starting from his IT background, then he will get idea about this technology sooner. But if you are new in the IT, then you have to invest more time in the learning DevOps and Cloud. So first of all, we have to start learning as what is software first. Then you have to understand the software development lifecycle. Software development lifecycle. Then you should understand the waterfall model. Then you should get the basic idea about the agile methodology. Then you start learning the Linux. So most of the peoples who are starting as a DevOps and cloud, so those peoples are not having the basic idea about the Linux and they start the DevOps. So they feel it's a very hard to start the DevOps and cloud because whenever we start learning anything, just we will familiar with the Windows operating system or Mac operating system which are used in our laptop. Okay, but when you are start actual working in the organization, there we have the Linux servers. We have to deal with the Linux servers. Then you have to get some basic idea about the Linux. Some like basic commands, VM creation in any cloud. Log into the VM, user management, package management is how to install the packages, how to create the users, how to log into the VM, partitions, how to create the partitions, basic networking commands, file permissions, what is the SSH, sudoers, and you have to learn some advanced concept in the Linux also, like some of the servers like NFS server, Samba server, FTP server, basic idea about the DNS, and basic idea about the DHCP. So these are the some prerequisite when you are learning the DevOps engineer. First you start with the Linux. Then you will get too easy to learn into the DevOps. Then you have to learn the virtualization. In the virtualization, what is the virtualization? Why we use the virtualization? Some of the concept of the virtualization for understand how virtualization will work in the DevOps. Then you can learn the basics of the shell script. Whenever you are going to interview nowadays, mostly the peoples are asking about the shell scripting and Python. So I will discuss about the Python at the end. So in the shell script, you have to write some basic scripting. So just you have to understand how to write basic scripting in Linux. In that, you have to understand variables, arguments, conditions, loopings, how to write the functions in the shell script. These are some important topics in the shell scripting. If you learn these topics, you will get to know how to write the basic shell scripting for automate the our administration activity. So whenever you are going to the interview, so most of the interviewers nowadays is asking about the shell scripting. So because of that, shell scripting is a mandatory to learn in the 2024. Okay, after finishing these Linux and shell scripting, you start with the VCS. VCS is nothing but the version control system or service. So inside this, you can learn the Git. So after finish the version control system, you start learning about the CI/CD tool. CI/CD tools, some of the most popular in the market is the Jenkins. You can learn the Azure DevOps, or you can learn about the GitHub Actions, or GitLab CI. So these are the some of the most popular CI/CD tool in the market nowadays. Then after, you have to start about the configuration management tool. Tools like you have to learn about the Ansible, or you have to learn about the Chef, Puppet. But nowadays, most of the people are using the Ansible. If you learn any one technology in the configuration management, that is enough to enter as a entry level as a DevOps engineer in the market. You should learn, you must learn these all the concept, but inside this in the CI/CD you can learn anyone. Which are the most popular in the market is the Jenkins and Azure DevOps nowadays. You should learn these two. Those are enough in the CI/CD. And in the configuration management nowadays, most popular is the Ansible. So you should focus on the Ansible. If your companies are required to work on these technology, if you know the Ansible, then you can get in easily inside the Chef and Puppet also. Then you have to learn infra provisioning tool. So most popular infra provisioning tool in the market is the Terraform. So once you finish the configuration management tool, so you start learning the Terraform, or you can learn like a cloud formation. If you are learning the AWS cloud, so you have to understand and you have to learn the cloud formation. Some of the organizations are using the cloud formation as an infra provisioning tool. If you are working on the Azure, you have to learn about the ARM template. It is also infra provisioning tool for the Azure. So you can learn these technologies once finish the configuration management tool. Then once you finish the infra provisioning tool, you have to start about the containerization tools. So nowadays, containerization tools are the most popular tools in the market. So in that, you have the Docker and you have to learn about the Kubernetes. So most of the jobs are available on the containerization tools on Docker and Kubernetes. Once you finish these all the technologies, so DevOps core part is finished. Then you have to learn about the some of the monitoring tool. Because once you deploy your application, you have to check the application health and you have to notify the people how is your application health. So that work will be do by the monitoring tools. So some of the popular monitoring tools are available in the market nowadays: ELK, Grafana, and Prometheus. Prometheus. These are the popular tools in the monitoring. So once you finish these all the technology and you become the expert, then you start or you can parallelly run any one cloud. Clouds like most popular cloud is the AWS, and it has the most of the jobs in the market. Then second number is the Azure, or you can learn the GCP also. So these all are the cloud technologies which are have the market nowadays. Then after finishing the cloud and DevOps, then you have to focus on the Python. So nowadays most of the organizations are asking about the shell script or the Python. So it is a mandatory to learn any one programming language to get in as a DevOps engineer in the market. So this is the roadmap to learn how to learn the DevOps and cloud in the 2024. So you can learn step by step, and you plan it for 90 days or 180 days based on your requirement, and you practice it daily and go with this flow. And so if you starting from the starting point, just you go with the Linux, then you go with the shell script, then you go with the CI/CD tool, then you go with the configuration management tool, then you go with the provisioning tools, then containerization tools and monitoring tools. Then you can, while learning the DevOps, you can go parallelly. If you want to finish it as early as soon as possible, then you go cloud parallelly with the DevOps. Then after finish all the DevOps and cloud, then you start learning the Python, which is mandatory to get getting in an organization as a DevOps engineer. So these are the must learning technologies in the 2024. That's it from my end. Thank you for listening these sessions. If you like my session, please like, share, and comment my video. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.